What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Ken's Questions. I want to welcome everyone back again to, of course, my show. This is the one where you can submit your questions, whether it be about love, life, just general questions. I answer them all. No topic is off, I can say off limits, unless, it's about me. Well, sometimes I answer stuff about me. But tonight we have a different type of show. We're not going to deal with any questions because across from me, we have someone that is going to be giving out some very important information. Of course, we're coming to you live once again from downtown Riviera Beach at Boulevard Subs. So, of course, Shed might be coming over and asking a couple of questions. I got to, make sure he know we filming. So, would you like to introduce yourself? I'll just put my little part in there. I used to say it'd be my folks. This my folks. Like by blood, this ain't my play cousin. This my first real in America cousin. So, because a lot of times like, oh yeah, and yes, I got a lot of cousins. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, that's your cousin too? Mm-hmm. Yes, that's my cousin.
I'm number 20 something.
Oh Lord, good golly, there's a lot of them. So, would you like to introduce yourself to the folks?
Absolutely. My name is Alexis Hunter. I am a Riviera Beach native, and I'm the owner of NoTime2Lose.
And that's why we're here today. We're here to talk about No Time to Lose. We're talking about those individuals who, man, I want to start a business. I got a great idea. I got something that people would like, but I'm scared. Mm-hmm. That fear makes it, really, really debilitating. I've had that fear, and that's.
I had it for a few years myself.
Yeah, because that stability.
Yeah.
From your little funky job, those are things that I think that's the biggest thing that kind of holds you away from seeking and making those dreams into reality.
Right.
So, that's my first question. My first question is, how do you say I'm going to leave this stable job and gamble on myself?
So for me, it took several months to actually make that leap. Mm-hmm. I am very strategic in the things that I do.
Right.
And so I was homeschooling my son. I started last school year. And we were working remotely part of that time. But then they said, no, we need you back in the office. I said, okay. Summertime was coming, no biggie. But I knew by August something had to change. And the funny thing is I had already given No Time to Lose identity before I even thought about it. So February is when I registered, with the state, when I got my EIN, and I was like, okay, but I did nothing with it.
Okay.
So I prayed about it, and I had a number in mind. Now, the way that I left is not the typical way, not the way that I would recommend people to leave. I didn't leave in a bad space, mm-hmm. but I prayed about it, and I said, God, I need $30,000 to quit my job. That'll at least tie me over for a little bit, and I'll be done with this project, whatever it is. I'll be done, and that'll allow me to build.
Yes.
That was in May. By the end of June, I had already signed a contract with a client for $34,000.
Oh, wow.
More than what I thought, or what I asked for. And so that allowed me to go ahead and put in my 2-week notice. But I wasn't happy at work, though.
Yeah.
I made good money.
Right.
But the cost was a bit, when I say the cost, like my peace of mind.
Yes.
My happiness.
Yeah.
I went to work depressed. And so I'm like, okay, I'm making good money, but at what cost? So even when I would come home, I had nothing for my kids.
Mm-hmm. Because you're drained.
I'm drained.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do anything for myself. The weekend would come. I'm like, okay, I just want to sleep in. Kids want to go out and do stuff, and I had nothing left.
With their mama.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm a single mom.
Yeah. Especially at that age.
So I was glad that the prayer was answered. And by August, my birthday, I said that was my last day. So I recommend people have a savings.
Yeah.
I did not do that
Mm-hmm.
because I had a timeline.
Right.
So if it's something that people are thinking about doing, they need to make a plan. Better than
Exit strategy.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So fortunately, I've been good. We're not lacking anything. Business is still continuing,
Good.
but God answered the prayer, opened the door, and I walked right through it.
Did you walk or run? Or did you drag one foot?
Oh no, I was so. It's funny. I started packing stuff. Even February when I came up with the name,
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about quitting.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't know that February what I was going to do. But I would slowly take down all my pictures, take them home.
Quiet quitting.
Mm-hmm. Stuff was just disappearing.
Yeah.
By, I want to say, April, May.
Okay.
One of my coworkers said, where's your stuff? I said, what do you mean?
What
What
are
do you
you
mean?
possibly talking about?
I said, yeah, I think that the time is coming near. I don't know when, but the time it's coming near, and it's time. It's time.
So-
I've been there for almost 8 years.
So speaking of time, can you explain the name of your business?
So, No Time to Lose. I personally am what you would call a serial entrepreneur. We were related to one.
Not Fruity Pebbles. Not we ain't talking about no oatmeal, no grains.
No.
Okay. Yes.
So, since I want to say 2018,
Yeah.
I've been dabbling into entrepreneurship. So, doing brochures and business cards is where I started. Then, doing clothing, custom clothing, custom masks during the pandemic because I had to pivot. Then I was doing shirts, and I was like, I'm not happy with this. Especially when I would get large orders, and it's like, oh, man. And I'm like, I should be happy
Right.
that people are, patronizing my business, but it wasn't something that I wanted to do.
Right.
So I said, okay, Alexis, define your niche? And so my administrative skills and the ability to look at things from a different point of view, to create strategies and to create processes and systems for other individuals is where I thrive.
Mm-hmm.
But I run into a lot of people who can't do that.
Yeah.
So, why waste the time? Why waste the time spinning your wheels when you can come to me and I can help you and you're not wasting time? So you have no time to lose, especially when you're trying to get somewhere or you have this idea, it's a burning passion, or you already have something established and you're wanting to either revamp or streamline or go into a different market. Or maybe you just need some processes and systems put in place. That's not your strength. That's where I come in.
When have you, of course you're offering this advice. Have you had someone where they come to you with a business idea, but then you see it's just a hobby? Can all hobbies become a business, or is there certain, Have you had someone where it's like, this ain't it? You know.
Yes.
Okay.
Um, I look at it like this, and even for anyone watching, if you have a party, you're having a get together, you sit there and you find out what the menu is, who's bringing what, who's coming, or who's invited,
Who all over there?
who all over there, and then where it's gonna be,
Yeah.
how the time, all of that. Even some people do themes for their parties. You do all of that for a party. People aren't doing that for their business. Your business, you need to figure out the what, the who, how, why. I feel like a lot of times people, I will say this, my sewing was a hobby
Okay.
that I tried to make a business.
Okay.
The t-shirts, Canon, if they order more than one, I gotta sit here and weed out this vinyl and stuff. It was tedious. So I'm like, this is a hobby, Alexis. This is, because it's not even something you want to do.
Right.
Will people buy it? Yes. But you're not even happy about it. Now, because I'm me, I'm going to package it well, regardless if I want to do it or not. But I realized, no, this is a hobby. I don't want to do this for real. Because the way my attitude was set up behind the scenes, I was like, yeah, no, this ain't it. I want to go to sleep. And I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I want to go to sleep. I can't. So I do see people, though, that they may cook well.
Yeah. Every cook is not a caterer.
Every cook is not a caterer. And I like to watch people. So I see their interactions with others. Our people, one of the biggest things we have to work harder than any other competition that's of a lighter persuasion.
Yeah.
The minute we don't handle business correctly, it's blown out of proportion a lot of times.
Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
We get one chance.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And so, I've had mishaps in business where, for instance, I had purchased this expensive behind toner printer for making masks, because I was like, oh, I can print the vinyl and it'll be designed and I can iron it on, no problem. Yep. So a company ordered several masks from me, made the mask, and the owner reached out and she was like, hey, the masks look great. However, a few of them, the vinyl is lifting. And I could have said, well, I'm sorry.
Tough titty. Sorry. You ordered it. You done.
I said, because my background is customer service too.
Right.
I said, you know what? I am so sorry. I apologize for that. Let me do a couple of extra ones for you and redo it. I'll send it to you, no charge. She was fine. Nobody even heard about it. If I hadn't said anything just now, nobody would have ever known I messed up.
Right.
But it's how you handle people.
Of course. Now, let's go into handling people, because I'm a big proponent of making sure people know why you here. You got an event coming up.
I do.
Could you please explain about your event that we have going?
So on March 23rd, I have the Get Out My Head workshop. This workshop is for aspiring entrepreneurs. These are for people who have these great ideas or have an idea of something that they want to do. And that's it. Okay. It's stuck in their head.
Yes.
They don't know what to do next. And so this workshop is helping them develop the framework. They will probably be able to determine, is this my hobby or can this be a viable business? Because the essence of a business really is solving a problem. Am I solving a problem by providing a good or a service? How? who's my target. And we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
But even what you think is your ideal target, your people will find you. Your tribe will find you. And so it's from 10 a.m. to 2. I was fortunate to be able to get Bolay to shout out to Bolay to sponsor lunch.
Bolay is for y'all that don't know. And some of y'all that don't know. Y'all don't go nowhere.
Sorry.
But Bolay is kind of like a healthy Chipotle. That's the you get to choose your toppings, your base. It's very fresh, delicious. So highly recommend it for Bolay. So.
Now, I also have a meeting with Raising Cane's, so in case people don't want to be healthy and they want to eat something different,
yes,
we'll find out what Raising Cane's.
Those of y'all that went to Florida State and FAMU, shout out to Guthrie's, Raising Cane's cousin.
All right.
Yes.
I didn't go up to Tallahassee.
Okay, y'all see that rattler, y'all see. They don't make that noise, but I make it. Okay.
I finished at Palm Beach Atlantic University.
What are y'all
the Selfish?
Back to what we were talking about.
Okay.
The Selfish.
Selfish.
That sucks.
I mean,
You're gonna stick somebody with the pointy end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch out, we're gonna jab you. Okay, so let's go. Okay, go ahead.
So, anyway, so the workshop isn't just me doing a monologue.
Yeah.
I like engagement. I like interactive activities, and so the people the participants that are coming will be in for some good information, good dialogue, good feedback. Because they will also have to make a prototype, so to speak, of what their idea is.
Okay.
So,
will they be able to? Of course, it's networking as well.
Correct.
Because the more people know about your idea, the more likely you are to be successful.
So that's funny you bring that up. Networking is a struggle for me personally. Yes, because I'm introverted. In case you didn't know.
Yeah, I do know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm introverted. I can be shy in strange places.
Yeah.
That's a problem because people need to know what I do.
Yeah.
But you know what? I know a lot of other people that have that same problem. So what did I do? I came up with a solution. That'll be released in the summer, but networking for introverts.
Wow.
Yeah. And I couldn't just come up with the idea in my mind. Okay, what does that look like? Where would it be? What would happen? Yeah. So.
How do you get them to show up if they're introverted?
The name.
Okay.
The name.
That's how they're gonna find it.
Well, it'll be put out on social media.
Of course.
I'll do a couple of videos saying, what it's about.
Okay.
Making them feel at ease. Even down to the colors. I was like, whoa, that's a bit much. That's overwhelming. Let's tone that down.
Because you want a calming effect. You want people to feel safe.
And if they need to, hey, let me step out for a little bit. So I don't even want it quiet corners so that people can, have a drink or two, relax by themselves. And when they're ready to go back and start socializing, they can. But it'll be more structured. So, not the whole, hi, my name is, and I'm the owner of, and I do this, and here's my business card. You can follow me on Instagram at, I hate that. Oh my God, it's draining to me. I don't do well with the superficial. I'm more, I like to develop connections with people.
Right.
So, yeah, the whole networking thing, by the time I leave one, I go home and I have to go to sleep because I'm drained. I'm wiped.
Yeah, because even with you saying that as far as being an introvert, I've never been an introvert.
Yeah, I don't see that.
But I'm always reminded that I'm the least popular child.
Oh,
Because my sister's super popular.
yes.
My brother's super popular. And then I'm always Kim's brother or I'm Keith's brother. Even today, had somebody in the office, hey, Keith.
Y'all don't even look alike.
To me, it was like, but I answer.
You answer the key?
Yeah, because I'm so used to it.
Really?
Granddad used to call me Keith.
Really?
Get him, Keith. One of y'all.
It was all together.
Get him, Keith.
Look, this should have been your middle name. Huh?
Get him, Keith. Come on. I was like, oh, okay.
He's
all
like,
right.
my name is Kenneth.
When it's something like that that's happened all your life, you either get mad every time or you just accept it. It's not on purpose. But when you have somebody that's you've always seen this person next to you,
Yeah.
I don't remember a time not having my brother. That don't exist. We basically a year and a half apart.
Right.
And hey, I'm Keith brother.
Well, I mean, I
You know.
I can relate.
And I've had people in public, Keith, what's up? Oh, hey.
You look different.
Like, can I?
You know me?
Like, Keith, you don't got a dog. I was in the sun. Oh, especially on the phone. On the phone,
Yeah.
people cannot tell at all.
Really?
Zero. They cannot tell. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. It's always been that way. Every
Wow.
time it's wrong. Keith, put yourself on the phone. I'm like, it's Kenneth. It's me.
No, I was Paul and Robbie's little sister.
That's different. You the baby.
But I didn't have a name.
No. But you was, look how far apart you was.
I still have a name.
Yeah. Robbie, little sister. Paul, little sister. That's
No.
we were, not back to back to back, but
We were in groups.
yeah. But it's like, hey, your mom decided to start over. Yeah, hey,
She saved
you're
the
here
best for
it.
last.
Yeah, I knew that was good.
Save the best for last,
Y'all remember that introverted part? Here you go, right here. It's introverted.
These are the thoughts that I have when I'm by myself. Yes.
I had all this time with myself.
Ooh, save the best.
You right here singing Vanessa Williams. It's my favorite song.
Yes, just for me. Yeah.
So now let's say, for example, because of course I'm an entrepreneur as well, and I admittedly it's not the fact that I don't know how to do certain things when it comes to small business,
You don't have the time.
and I don't want to.
Okay.
That's straight up,
And that's real.
because that time to me equals I could be creating content. You truly realize, and everybody, Alexis can tell you that a lady just walked up to me and talked to me
Yes.
about doing the show.
Yeah.
This is not for the faint of heart.
No.
This is not something that you just wake up one day and it's like, I'm going to be on YouTube and I'm going to do this and I'm going to be on social media every day and I'm going to do this and do that. It's not for the faint of heart.
No.
So I'm so used to, I had gotten used to just showing up, being a talent, and talking on a microphone. But when I decided to start back again, I was like, I think I want to just be in control more.
Be the producer,
Director,
Yep.
sound guy, videographer. So I was.
The social media manager.
So it's y'all asking.
It's a lot.
When y'all asking me, my time is money.
Hello.
I ain't trying to be your friend. When you asking me how to do this, my time is money, and you have to pay me. I might give you a little bit here and there, but my time is very valuable. So,
And that's one thing, like when you're starting, out as an entrepreneur, and so many people are used to being able to call you to ask a simple question that to them is a simple question,
Yes.
but it turns into like an hour-long conversation, and it's like, I just did a whole consultation with you
For
for
zero.
free. So even like I have systems set up to where what I do offer is a 15-minute initial consultation free,
Okay.
but you
Y'all
have
hear
to
that out there? 15 minutes.
15
free.
minutes.
15 minutes. You better
A
take
lot
advantage of it.
Not only that, they get the recording of the 15 minutes.
What?
They get the notes of our conversation,
Oh, wow.
takeaways,
Wow.
you know, things to do,
Yeah.
homework. So, I mean, that's a lot.
Right.
Well,
So you're like a little bit like a drug dealer. Give you a little.
just a little bit.
A little taste.
A little bit.
Crack it.
Get you hooked.
Yes. Love it.
And then, you know, people will be like, oh, okay, well, can I just call you? No, you can book me on my page.
That part.
My Calendly link is there, and we can do it that way.
See, that's what I need. That's what I need help with.
Yes.
So, I contacted Alexis, what, 6, 7 minutes? It was a while ago. It's probably been a year.
No, it was. I want to say it was this summer.
Okay.
It's
Well,
almost coming up on a year.
Either way, don't be like me. Because I could be in a completely different category right now if I would have taken advantage of the goods and services that I have not as of yet. I will. Because I need it.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I need it.
Yeah.
And part of that process is this.
And people get into business thinking, oh, I could do it all myself.
Yes.
Well, unless you're gifted in or talented in a lot of areas, you're gonna need some help. Yeah. And it's always beneficial to have a second set of eyes because you see one thing, you see maybe the end goal. This is the vision. But how to get there. What I need to get there. I can get there a little bit quicker if. So that's where I come in.
Okay.
And it's I still so I can break up what No Time to Lose offers in 3 categories.
Okay.
So the first one is a business coach for aspiring entrepreneurs. The second one would be, and that's for people who have the idea, but don't have the framework, don't know how to get from point A to point M.
It ain't B.
They may have B,
But that's not the end.
but that's not the end.
No.
So even the midway point, they may not know, okay, well, what do I need to do next? So that's the beginning. And then for those small businesses or even churches I've worked with, helping to strategize. See, take a look at what you have going on, what your present state is, and then how can we make this more efficient?
Mm-hmm.
And then administrative services. So I talked about my big project. I was ghostwriting a book from June
Drake.
until December.
Ghostwriting book. That's amazing.
Yes, and it was on that person's life.
Oh, okay.
So, asking questions, meeting up with them, and getting a feel for them, because I had to write it in their voice.
Right.
So, that was my big thing. And now I'm doing a 501c3 application for a church that has no articles of incorporation, no bylaws, nothing on paper really, except for registered with the state. So I have to create these things from scratch. So That's the three categories:
Okay.
business coaching for aspiring entrepreneurs, strategized coaching, and then administrative services.
And Ghost Rider for rappers.
Ghost Rider.
Drake, go ahead and call my cousin. Go ahead.
Drake, I got you.
She ain't gonna tell. She ain't gonna tell.
Look, and I ain't gonna shake. Never mind.
That's all you need. I love that song.
Not the original. Whoever that young lady is.
Whoever
Oh
this
my
is.
gosh. She is funny.
If whoever that is, you want to come on the show, holler at me.
Right. I'm a find her.
I'll make room for you. I just want you to be on here and just sing for me. Sing. Please sing it.
She got to sing all the songs with her spin on it.
I got a list.
Look, hey, young lady, if you're watching, if you need to figure out a plan, a framework.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
The internet is very fickle. You only get one time to truly go viral.
Absolutely.
To capitalize on it. Because you it becomes addictive.
Yeah.
You know, listen to the song by Jay-Z, Hollywood. Listen to it because everybody like, oh man, would you take 500,000 to lunch with Jay-Z? If you don't take that 500,000, listen to his songs, like he said, he's telling you.
He told you.
The biggest drug on earth ain't crack. It ain't heroin.
Fame.
It is fame. It's somebody. We are a society that so impressed by what somebody else got.
And why?
Because we're not satisfied within ourselves. We don't love ourselves enough to be enough.
But you know what? If you're wanting to be an entrepreneur, you have to understand that you are enough, because then you won't even be able to give value to what it is that you do if you're constantly looking at the next person
and second guessing yourself.
Yep. And that
I hope
was
I did a good job. No, ask. Only way you're gonna find out is get feedback.
In my signature on my email, when I'm sending administrative things back to people, and even with the coaching, like it's, can you give me a rating, please?
Yeah.
Would you rate my services?
Your feedback is encouraged and appreciated.
Yeah, because
Send it
how
to
can you get better? Do you hope to get better?
Right. And you hope that you get the truth. Because a lot of times in those situations, you don't want to, especially if it's someone that's your friend or something like that. Everything you say. You know,
I need real
you're
friends.
not gonna benefit.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of those situations where, am I doing this to save face? Am I doing this to save feelings? Am I doing this to save friendships? Because money and business is the worst thing to get in with friends and family members. It is, because people take it personal. It's like, it's business. No matter what. Whatever decision I come up with, it's business. It ain't,
And if your friends are not patronizing your business. So, my best friend is scared to take the full leap. She's taking baby steps.
Okay.
So before I actually kind of did the full No Time to Lose 100%, like I had started, I'm like, okay, so what do you think about, what's your mission statement? And I helped her develop that. Your business plan, do you have that? What does that look like? Your forms for your clients, what does that look like? I did all that for free. Fast forward, this is how I make a living. This is how I feed my children. This is how I pay my bills. Her website she tried to do by herself, and I just sat quietly. I said, Alexis, don't you do it. Because I'm that person that, and I have to stop myself, because it's like I see something that needs to be done.
Right.
Even in conversation, I want to help.
Of course.
I want to help. Not that I don't want to help now. I just can't willingly give stuff away for free all the time.
Right.
So she was like, look, this is not my thing. I've tried to do it. I hate my website. What do I need to do? Do I just need to retain you monthly? I said, whoa. That would have been great. But let's have a conversation. Book on my site.
That part.
And we'll have a conversation to see exactly what it is you need. Because you might not need me every month. And some people, somebody else might have taken advantage of that. Oh, yeah, you could retain me for X amount and da-da-da-da. No. Let's see what you really need.
Right.
So I said, okay, this is what it would cost to do your website.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your invoice. When you're ready, you'll pay it. She paid it that day.
So.
And I was like, okay. All right, bestie, thank you.
I have to think about those that don't realize that it takes money to make money. In this podcast space, I've been to podcast conventions. I've been to, I almost made it to Revolt World. Shout out to y'all. Y'all invite me back again. Invite me. I'll come back, I promise. I ain't worried about all the puff stuff. You just, invite me back. Also, I've been to iHeart. I've been to Black Effect. I've been to all these things because I want to learn. I'm a firm believer that knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
And you can only do but so much with what you already know. You got to continue.
Correct.
So, the way I see it is being in this space, you have to genuinely, because everybody has a genuine consensus, it's 3 to 5 years of doing it seriously. So when I go back and say, hey, 2018, that's when I started. It was a hobby at that time. I didn't get serious until, I was asked to join Hits, Cuts, and Bruises. And, I tell that story. It's nothing that's a secret that it wasn't my idea.
Right.
Tori approached me about it. It was Spank's idea. And I came in. I was the last member of the group, So
wow.
it's one of those things that it's a labor of love. But I had to take it serious.
Right.
And that's why I was like, okay, I got to learn how to use all this stuff. I got to learn. I have to be able to make mistakes.
Right.
We've done episodes and camera went on. Yeah. Whole entire episode, camera was not on at all.
Is this camera on?
This camera's on. I can
Okay.
see you. I'm looking right at you. This camera's on. It's
You went through a whole episode?
whole episode. OFF. We have number
But you
audio.
learned.
Of course.
I mean, it still could be a podcast, just audio, like Spotify. And,
Of course.
you know.
And we do have episodes on Spotify. But we also realize that we're more of a show
Okay.
than just a podcast. Yeah, we do have people that listen to us just audio. That's cool. But a lot of things we talk about, you got to see.
Well, I mean, that's how things are moving this day and age anyway. People are visual.
Yeah.
I don't do well with the listening to somebody talk in my ear. I will go to sleep. So I got to see them and I got to see them laugh.
That's what people doing.
No, not yours.
Do I need to?
No. Now, see, there are certain... Now, if you talk like that the whole time, I'll be like, yes. Next thing I know, I'm asleep.
Not that.
Be like, what he said? Let me go back and listen to this. But everything is moving to to where I gotta see it. I want to see the facial expressions and things like that. I helped my pastor said he wanted a podcast, and I said, okay. This was that was what, 2022?
Yeah.
And I was like, I know absolutely nothing. My kids were more interested in being on YouTube than me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I got introduced to someone who had a studio
Yeah.
and could like set this stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole production part, I had to learn myself. And that's my brain. Like I need to see how this is going to
Yes.
work. Inviting people, following up, having a calendar. I'll know if we record one day when it's going to air.
Mm-hmm.
Even I think it wasn't in the beginning, but I started doing getting releases
Yeah.
from people that I had on would have on the show. So just having that paperwork, I love paperwork is essential.
Yeah.
For me. Um, just having stuff in black and white, but asking the question, having the questions out. Now my pastor, there were times where I had to be the host and not him, but making sure he was prepared on time, knew where he was supposed to be. That's the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you doing hits, cuts, and bruises, and Ken's questions, and investing in lighting and microphones and cameras and laptops, software,
Yeah.
audio. That's a lot,
Yeah. It added up real fast.
especially if you want quality.
Yeah. Because I said if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like let me get that $30 microphone. Woo,
They can
I
hear
know
me
it.
loud and
I know it
clear.
sound the same. I know it sound the same.
No, these
Yeah.
microphones are
Yeah.
they're worth the investment.
They absolutely are.
Yeah.
And this is the bottom rung
Mm-hmm.
of the better quality.
Right.
So of course,
Yeah.
in the future I want to trade these babies in and bundle all this together and say, "Hey, give me this money."
Yep.
And you too can start your podcast because I've replaced everything.
But hopefully you have, I don't know if you have the time, but hopefully you have journaled the process of creating all of this.
No.
So,
I can tell you that right now.
okay.
No.
You have it in your head, like
Yeah.
you can walk through it.
I can walk through it.
So I know you have an iPhone. I know
The
you
journal
do.
app.
You could speak into it and write down the steps,
Mm-hmm.
even suggested equipment.
Affiliate
and so as you
links.
do your consultations, and you could probably even source the particular items for someone to get started. You need this amount. You might tack on a little bit extra for yourself for doing the legwork. But because you've done it, you're able to monetize it by giving it to somebody else.
Yeah. Because even the packaging hits, cuts, and bruises.
Yep.
That's what we want to do.
Yep.
Why not it be hits, cuts, and bruises Tampa, hits, cuts, and bruises Orlando,
Yep.
hits, cuts,
Yep.
and I see that for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because it could treat it as a franchise.
Absolutely.
I can't go everywhere.
Right.
I'm going to Atlanta. I'll be in Orlando Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm working. I ain't going over there to go say hi to Mickey. I'm working. Shout out to Varsky. Shout out to Frank Weaver. Shout out to Anthony Golden. Congratulations on your movie premiere. So I'll be there. But
Good people.
yeah. These are individuals that they grind. They grind. They're all. You got to have like-minded people
Absolutely.
around you, and seek to understand because everybody's experience is not yours. And if you sit there and just go la 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 la, no,
Hands on
You-
your
you
knees. Can't do that. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Man, I wish. Uh, now, now, with that, I'm gonna take these headphones off for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, excuse me, sir. Do you have a question for us? I told you, small business. I literally told you that. That's why I'm telling you now. Come on. I know you got something by the time you walk over here. I always put Shed on the spot. Shed gets so mad at me. I don't know why he don't cuss me out every time I come in here. Every time. Every time. He's like, huh? Oh. It's, so what Alexis does, she helps people start in their small businesses. That's what she does. So of course you're a small business. You also had the events where you help people get their accreditations and certifications. So would you like to ask something around that space?
So, okay, yeah.
Wait. You know what to do. Well, you don't know what to do because I do it every time. So
You tell me to bend down.
yes,
Looking
because they got
stupid.
to hear
I
you.
saw the video and I look retarded hanging over the microphone. So, I mean, everybody else sit down and talk. I got to be hanging over a microphone.
Yes.
Grab,
That's crazy.
grab a
Until
chair.
until you sitting down having your own show.
Get a chair.
Huh?
Get a chair.
You want to sit down and ask your question?
Since he makes me ask.
Yep. And I'm gonna turn it towards you.
So, all right.
Go.
Don't do that.
Too late.
Be
All
easy on me, Shed.
No, this is easy. Actually, because you know that's part of my mission is to help people start businesses, right? And I'm sure you're well versed on, setting up businesses. Where my specialty lies is more certification. So my question is, do you think that certifying people for like the MBE, SBE, and all those different designations, do you think that should be part of the startup of a business at the beginning stages of that?
Maybe not at the beginning stages because we were talking earlier because somebody might think that it's a business that they're starting and it's a hobby.
Right. Okay.
We're not playing in the space of hobby and business. But once you've determined, because even for me, like I'm certified with the state of Florida. I'm still the Palm Beach County. We're still working on that application. It's very lengthy.
Yeah, I know.
It's very
It's
lengthy.
intense and it's
So
daunting to say the least. So, because I've been through 3 certifications, and I can tell you it's not fun,
no,
but it's worth it.
it is.
So that's what I'm saying. So at what point? Okay, so I've started my business. I came to you. You helped me get my EIN, and you set me up with Sunbiz and so forth and so on. Now I'm looking to compete or. Okay, so maybe not compete because I don't know. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because one of the issues that I find is that people don't know what's out there. And so at what point, at what juncture of their endeavor do you say, okay, now is the time
To get certified. Once I see that that person has we've gotten a business plan outlined, even if it's a 1 to 2 page business plan, something outlined of exactly what it is that you do, what services that you can provide, because sometimes people don't even outline that much. But after you've done the framework, so to speak, you should begin looking at it becoming certified. Now, they do ask about financial records. So that would be my question for you, because the state really didn't, the state was easy.
Yeah. Didn't ask for a lot of stuff.
No. So, yeah, if I'm just starting my business and they're asking for 3 years of financial records or tax returns, well, I just started. So now I have to get my personal tax return. Do I want to get my personal tax return? So, how far in you starting did you start the certification process?
Well, for me, it was one of those things I just didn't know, but I knew I wanted to expand my business.
Yeah.
So I started researching organizations and stuff like that. And one of the things they asked me was, "Are you certified?" I'm like, "Huh? What's that?"
Okay.
So I signed up with this organization, and I thought, "Wow, this is awesome." I actually went to a seminar, and I thought it was awesome. And it's like, but I know there's a lot of people out there like
That
me.
don't know.
That's why I was asking that question.
Yeah.
You know, do you have those type of conversations? So also to next, one of the things that I run into is when I speak to people who has that entrepreneurial endeavor or they have that mindset. The first thing I ask them is, "What is it you want to do?" And they literally don't know. They just know they want to be their own boss. And so, how do you answer that question? So I come to you and I say, "I want my own business."
So the way that I work, I start asking a whole lot of questions,
Okay.
because it's not just about having your own business. What problem are you solving? What is your passion? What will be your purpose? Because a lot of times people think that, I'm starting a business and I'm starting a business just to make money. Money doesn't come that easily. And you put in a lot of sweat equity, you put in a lot of money of your own to start before you start making something. So those are my questions that I begin to ask so that they can begin to identify, well, what is it that I want to do? What problem am I solving? Why would I want to do this? We talked earlier about my other, I called them businesses. They were registered, but they were in fact hobbies. It wasn't something I wanted to do. I could, but it wasn't going to be for the long run. So I found what my purpose was and how I could use that to make an impact.
Right.
So I ask a whole lot of questions.
Okay. So me, I am. I wasn't even really into cooking.
Really?
Yeah. I literally woke up one day and I said, "I hate my job." It wasn't one day; it was quite a couple of years. I hated my job,
Every day. I hate this.
but I knew I wasn't gonna last long. I hated it. Um, it's got to be in your. There it is, right there on the ground. I literally spent the better of 2 years trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I didn't know.
So what made you take the leap? I mean, how did you get from not knowing?
Going from telecommunications to making subs.
No, to owning an establishment within the community, making some delicious food that nourishes the body.
Well,
Okay.
that you kind of answered my question. I want to be part of the community, and I knew I couldn't cook. And I ain't no talking about no collard greens and no, chitlins.
Yeah.
Liz, you don't want none of my collard greens and chitlins. I'm telling you, it's gonna be some dirty
Well,
collard greens.
I don't eat chitlins. So.
I don't even know how to clean collard greens, and I don't know how to clean shitlins either. So you ain't gonna want none of those. So I would have been out of business real quick because y'all would have talked about me so bad. Because
They're
y'all
like,
people
"What the-"
will come and eat this. Like, what the hell is it? But where I lacked in that, I made up in creativity. And so I knew it was gonna be something easy. So to go back and answer that question, how I got into it was, so interestingly, I have a certification rather, and as a travel agent, I could work for any travel
Okay.
agency. I did very well. Graduated with honors, and then I did tax prep. I have my tax prep certification because I was gonna do that as well, and then I was gonna combine the two, where you come in and do your taxes and spend, and I give you a free trip to somewhere. I was
Okay.
I was gonna be creative with it.
Okay.
But and I know it's this day and age where you got Tax Act, Tax Turbo, this tax, you got Expedia, Travelocity. It just became one of those things where it wasn't worth it anymore for me.
Okay.
And like you said, I just and I hate having to explain to people why they weren't getting as much money as they were last year because of tax laws. I got sick of that because they thought I was stealing their money. And so I was like, no, I can't do that because I'm too ghetto for that. So,
We talked about that earlier.
and I'm like, so I didn't want to do that anymore. And then plus there's a tax prep office on every corner that people doing it out of their house too, and everybody's a tax expert. So I didn't want to do that either. So I said, what is it that I want to do? And literally, I just said, you know what? I'm going to open up an ice cream shop.
Okay.
It was going to be ice cream and shakes and stuff.
Okay.
Then I said, well, it's kind of limited, you know. So I said, why don't I expand my menu? Why don't I do something else and then add the ice cream and the shakes and all that stuff? But and then that's how this kind of came about.
Okay.
And I just started. It literally, it kind of happened on its own in a sense because everything just fell into place. So the people that had a shop in here prior to me coming called me up and said, hey, I remember you inquired about this place a few months back, and are you still interested? I'm like, well, yeah. So literally that's how it happened. And I just said, I met with the landlord. He said, give me some money. And I said, okay, here go your money.
But you had to have money in order to give him some money.
Well, I had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that for the people that's listening.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it don't always just like you wake up one day and
Oh,
boom.
no, it's not.
You had been planning for a little bit, but you weren't sure, but you had the money set aside.
No.
You didn't have money set aside?
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you said.
I'm
Well,
like,
yeah, I did
yeah.
have money set aside.
Oh, I'm about to say.
I did.
Okay.
I dib and dab
Yeah.
here, pull from here, pull from there. And I really, truthfully stepped out on faith. I just, one of those things that, hey, you know, I'm just going to take a stab at it.
Right.
But so I guess what I'm getting at is, so how do you, I was fortunate enough to kind of was corralled into this. Whereas I had 157 billion ideas. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I even registered to for car auctions. I was going to buy cars and sell them. I was
To be a
listen,
dealer.
I mean, I was everywhere. Really, I was. I mean, seriously, because I didn't know. So how
Right.
would you help me if I came and say, listen, I got my, we're going to start from scratch.
Okay.
I got my travel agency certification. I'm a certified travel agent. I am also a tax preparer. I can also, I told you, I have my auction license.
Okay.
Right, and I was even starting my real estate classes.
Oh.
I didn't finish, but I started. So, and then I was like, okay, so what else can I even did paralegal.
Okay.
I just was all everywhere. So what would you say to me when I come and tell you I got all these credentials?
The first thing that I would ask you is, do you like doing any of those things and everything that comes with it?
I didn't love any of them, but I could do it.
So I did the same thing. I went from designing business cards and brochures to, the other thing I did forget, I was selling, I would buy jewelry wholesale and sell it. Then I got tired of that. I didn't want to do that anymore. I was making custom clothing because I could. Got the sewing machine. I would get an attitude every time I got Then pandemic came, I was making masks, hand sewing the masks. Then it went to buying them wholesale and putting designs on them with vinyl. Then it went to shirts, and I said, I don't like doing none of this. I did it because I could, and I thought, hey, that's a good way to make some extra money. It did not bring me joy. I did not find joy until I stopped for a minute and got my mindset out of, if money wasn't attached, what would bring me joy? Something I could do in my sleep.
Right.
And I'm impacting people. I'm doing these things. I'm thriving in this. What brings me joy? So from somebody who has done things because I could, I would ask you, what brings you joy? If it's interacting with the community, if it's providing knowledge to individuals, if it's, for me, I love doing the administrative piece and helping people develop framework, strategize different ideas of where they're trying to go, Or if they don't have the time to do it, all right, that's fine. Because that's my thing. Let me go ahead and write everything down for you so that you even have like policies and procedures and your process and your systems and what happens if a customer comes in, what does that look like?
Right.
So
Thank you, Shad.
What are you trying to say? I talked to you.
I would never say that.
did I answer your question? I did.
So, Shad went from, I don't really know what to ask, to I got about 15 more questions.
It was Kenan.
I gave Shad 1/4 of the show. I gave 1/4. But I always appreciate this. This is actually the lovingest, hatedest relationship ever. Shit. I do abuse Shad, and I appreciate him because he deal with my bullshit. But
You deal with this every week.
he does, and he opens his doors.
That's
and
love.
He welcomes me in, and he know I send as many people as I can up here as I can. Always. So we want to remind everyone again of your event that's coming up, and also I want to invite everyone to watch another episode of not only Ken's Questions but his Cuts and Bruises. You get a different slice of life, different topics. I'm all over the place, and that's on purpose, because a lot of times people are like, well, I look at your show and now there's no formula. Yeah, because people have different questions about different things, and this is something that I had a question about. I had, this is a
That is
show
the formula.
yeah, I have questions, and that's why we did this topic. And plus, at the same time, do your own shit if you got a problem with what I do. So real easy. That's the way that works. So let's go ahead and let you announce that again for me.
So again, on Saturday, March 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is the Get Out My Head workshop. I always want to add the extra word. Get Out My Head workshop. You can register at www.NoTime2Lose.com. It's a number 2, not the word TO. NoTime2Lose.com. It is a free workshop, but it will help you develop the framework for your business.
And make sure after you go to the workshop that you take advantage and book sessions.
Absolutely.
And those are paid sessions, ain't nothing free.
Correct.
Once that point happens.
Correct.
And enjoy the free stuff in
While
the
you
beginning.
can.
But we do these things for profit. Ain't nobody not for profit. You non-profit?
No.
You run a charity over there?
No.
Okay, y'all bring your wallet. Don't act like you ain't know. It is a surprise. No, we ain't got no surprises going on. So
And I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
yeah, I like that. So we're gonna, I never say goodbye. I always say see you later.
Farewell.
Because we want you to come back and enjoy the next episode and go back and look at some old episodes. A couple of y'all been asking about my old Why Men Cheat episode. Y'all go check that out. That's some nice education for y'all.
Why men cheat?
Yeah, I need a panel for that one.
Ooh.
I got a couple of panels coming up, y'all. Y'all tune in for that one. Y'all lay around, as they say, lay around for it. With our South Florida. Thank you, Jam Pony. We love you. And we